Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. I have finally unlocked the final enchantment trade for my librarian. A looting 3 book for 41 emeralds. I think that's a bit expensive, so I'll have to use that particular trade sparingly unless I learn that I am wrong in my assumption that that's expensive. So Thorns 3, that one is also 41. And how much was that first trade? The Luck of the Sea, that was 13. But let's face it, I pull better fishing rods out of the water. So therefore, if I were one of those people that had huge numbers of villagers and killed off any villagers that didn't have good trades, I have a feeling he wouldn't have much hope of surviving. I managed to get a decent supply of emeralds there, but nowhere near enough in order to get a looting 3 enchantment book. I suspect I'm going to be able to get a looting sword through enchanting well before I have enough emeralds in order to purchase one of those books. What I do want to do now, though, is look into changing my banner. I don't like the asymmetry of this all that well. I know I tried to convince myself to like it, but I'm still not completely convinced. What I'm thinking of doing then is making a new banner based on triangles, and I think that will work. But first I need to choose my colors, because here I have red, brown, blue, and purple. And I've been trying to convince myself that purple's the ideal color to use for the air because it's associated with the nether. I'm not the nether, the end. And let's face it, I'm just trying to talk myself into liking that. And I decided to go back to the colors that were used in a mosaic in the original Temple of Elemental Evil module from D&D, and that was red. Okay, that would be fire. Brown, all right, that's earth. For water, they used green. Now you can make an argument for red, for green, for blue, or maybe even turquoise. So you could try to use one of those different colors. And the reason why I think green would be a good one because that's nice and close to the color of prismarine. So I will use that, and I've been using prismarine for many of my water-based builds anyway. So therefore, I will switch to green for that. And then for air, they used white because, well, what other color are they going to use since air is colorless? And I suppose they decided white was the closest thing they could come up to translucent. So therefore, I will use the colors in the D&D module. And in addition to that, I am going to use a triangle-based banner. I think I have this right. Let us begin with a white banner. And I'm going to add red to the left side. I'm going to have fire on the left and water on the right. So therefore, we will then add green for water. Good. Then on top of that, we're going to put earth at the bottom because, well, that's where earth belongs, at the bottom, since the earth is beneath the feet. And then we will have air above. Good. And this is where things are going to get a little bit on the tricky side. And I want to Saltaire. I was thinking of having my charge as cyan, and then perhaps a Saltaire that was black, but now I'm thinking of doing it the other way around. The Saltaire will be that, and then I will add an Oxide Daisy for my charge. And that should give me the banner I want. Let's see how that looks. Yes, I think that looks a lot better than my current one. Now, I thought I heard an Enderman around here somewhere, so I need to investigate that. I need to drop the banner off at the main area so that the proper banner will be used for me for various areas. But along the way, I'm stopping by Stina Rose's place, who has this enchanted island here for various fairy stories, including Jack and the Beanstalk over there. I don't recall if I ever showed that. I'm pretty sure I showed Jack's house at one point, but I don't know if the Beanstalk had been built at that time. And we have the dragon portal there, which is her nether portal. And we have this castle here. And this castle is what I wanted to visit because she gave me permission to use her clerics. I presume the usual deal of please don't leave my clerics with locked deals will be in effect, because that would be reasonable to make sure I unlock those, but she did say I could use her clerics. I just have to remember where her villager trading area is located, because this castle is dark. Whee! Oh boy. I think if we weren't on a mushroom island, yeah, this place would be lethal if we were not on a mushroom island. Alright, I'm going to look for the passage downstairs to the trading hall, and I'll see you there. This cleric has a 36 rotten flesh deal, which is pretty good. Though, since the primary reason I want to trade rotten flesh away, and why I have included it with this visit, is to unlock the cleric if I manage to lock him. So here's another 36 with a 2 glowstone. Here's a 37 with a 3 glowstone. I'd rather spend the extra flesh and have the 3 glowstones. So those are the clerics that are available. Actually, here's one. 37 with 3 glowstones. So we have 2 with that same deal. Now, if I could figure out how to get the cleric all the way to my house, maybe I could somehow convince her to sell me one of them. And, oh! 36 with 3 glowstone. Okay. I found my trading partner. Now I've come to the turnoff for my exit, and I'm throwing up a banner up here so that I can signify that this is the way to my base. Maybe I can remember it, because I'd gone so long where this was the end, and then for a while where I came up to here and did not have anything built down here. So therefore, I've missed my exit a couple of times. So hopefully that'll help me remember. And if that doesn't, maybe I'll find a better position for the banner, so that I don't go 10 chunks down the end before I remember that, oh yes, I just passed my exit. And the one way I had a telling recently was, wait a minute, I'm starting to see torches here instead of glowstone, because I did not yet have glowstone there. Thanks to Stina Rose and her clerics, I now have enough glowstone to continue this so that I could have proper lighting all the way through here. Now, I was expecting maybe to get about a stack of glowstone from the trades. I have a stack and a half instead, because Stina Rose, when she saw that I was there trading for glowstone, she tossed me a little bit more. So I have more than I was expecting. Thank you, Stina Rose. And maybe I can have this tunnel nice and lit for the future. I have made it 20 chunks past the turnoff for my place, and I believe I am starting to get close to the turnoff for the next member, which is just a little bit up here. Ah, yeah, there it is. It's hard to see stuff with Let me throw a little bit of light here. Put a torch here. So this is to turn off to the next person. And this used to be the end. But Cocoa Butter decided to put his base on a Mushroom Island, which is way out here. Mushroom Islands tend to be out to the north in this server, so therefore he goes out even further. So I have a little bit more to do before I'll be done. Well, I suspect that by the time I get to Cocoa Butter's base, there'll be another person. It seems inevitable on the North Tunnel. I wonder if it'll end before the end of the season. The main reason I headed into the Nether today, though, is to exchange my banner. Here's my old banner. I'll take that. I'll put my new banner in its place. So there we go. So when they get around to duplicating and placing the banners in various areas, I believe that's the banner that they'll be using. Hopefully they haven't already done that, and I'll have to check that at some point to make sure that the right banner is being used. Now I think it's time to head back to my base, where it is time to start on that storage facility. I plan to put the Harpy room, what they call in the original module, the pillared room, right over here. And this is where I was considering putting my storage facility. But after a while, I was thinking, why not make my storage room a location that is marked in the module as a storage room? So, I will save this for something else. Maybe a good place for chickens. Harpies, birds, yeah, that may work. But right now, I want to head across here, where we are going to go to the location of the storage facility. The storage rooms will be out in this direction, so I will need to open up the corridor to go that far. But once I get down that far, I could then dig out the storage room and maybe make something large enough where I can actually be able to finally have a place to put all my items, so I don't have that rather precarious spot that I currently have up above. Speaking of precarious spots, I'm getting mightily close to this ravine in my digging, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to run into this several times as I'm building the dungeon. And this particular ravine, you can see it's a huge amount of darkness. I've come nowhere near getting everything lit up in this area, and I'm still trying to figure out a safe way to do that. And this is the biggest trick I have with my base right now. And until I have this lit up, doing anything AFK or anything like that is going to be completely out of the question. Because yeah, this is a zombie spawnomania zone. Probably as I build the dungeon, I'll be able to get to the other side of the ravine and do some serious lighting up of this area, because yeah, it needs it. But that is quite precarious. Now this hallway has two branches. There's going to be a door here that is going to be into a guard room, and here is the turn off into the storage rooms, and the storage rooms are going to have doors here for one storage room and another one there for the other storage room. Actually, I think what I need to do here, for some reason, it comes like this. I think this is what I need to do. Put a little light in here, that's what I need to do. The room on this side is 6 by 6 blocks. I think I'll need to make it a little bit higher so that I can put my storage chests up here, but 6 by 6. That'll go with the size that's in the module. Now, they have a zero width here, so what I did is I put this in one block and then I pushed this out an extra block that way, and there was enough room to fit it. If there was trouble fitting it in that way, I would probably have just left it 5 blocks by 6 instead, but figure I'll get the full length because I could fit it in the space that I had left. Now, this should give me the size I want. Actually, I might just make it 5 high. But the idea here is that this will be one side. I'll have one set of chests over here. And then on this side, I shall do the same thing, except that here, it will instead be 6 by 9. And here is the other room. So it will of course need a bit of decorating in order to operate properly. And for that we'll need some spruce. And of course we'll need some chests. So what's the best way to place this? We can start over on this wall right here. And we're going to be in groups of 3, so I think it's probably best to have a wood there. Suppose I should figure out what I'm going to do with the torches. Probably wind up having to have some other form of lighting here, since trying to do it with torches that are on the wall, but I've got chests all over the place, it's not going to be the easiest thing. So let's do this. Alright, so we'll have first wall here. So what I'll do is I have each row like this, then start another row there. Like that. And now here, a little tougher here, but I'm wondering, what is this piece of cobblestone all about? That means either A, I was through here before for something else, and I had to patch it with cobble, or really, just a random piece of cobble? Well, don't know what that's all about. I may have to see. Can I get away with pushing this back one more? I think to work with what I've got here, I really should make this not by 6, but by 7. And the idea of that is so that I have proper spacing for my chest, since here, alright, I've got the wall here so I don't have to worry about it, but on the back there I think 7 is the better number. And let me get this all lit up, lit up, lit up. And that way I can have this intersection there, then I can start another pillar there, start another one there. Alright. Yeah. 3, 6, 9. I suppose 7 by 10 is the better number. Alright. A number divisible by 3 plus 1. And that's what will give us the look we want. There you have it. And to make everything look a little bit better, I am going to make this a double door right here, and then we'll have chests all the way around. Like so, but of course we are going to go up several layers like that. I need to get a bit more wood, and I also need quite a few more chests. And of course I need to move all that stuff from the temporary quarters I have now into here. I'll probably get that started between episodes, and maybe I'll even have it finished before then, but we'll find that out in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft Welstopia.